me in. Get the fuck out of my house. Dude, fuck off.
You know, when I saw this tweet from Jake Paul, I really took it to heart, and it reminded me that there are greater problems in the world other than Jake Paul being a big knob, and it got me thinking back to one sunny school morning where I was sitting eating my Cheerios and watching Good Morning Britain, where a woman claimed that she was fat shamed on an aeroplane.
How would you react if you caught the person sitting next to you on a long flight sending text messages to someone else, criticising you, the way you look, perhaps the weight that you're carrying? Because that's exactly what happened to a plus-size model, Natalie Haig, on a flight from Dallas to Los Angeles.
Well, guess flippin' what? She wasn't fat shamed. When I watched this at 8 o'clock in the morning, just about to go out for school, I almost puked up my hearty breakfast. Let's watch this.
How would you react if you caught the person sitting next to you on a long flight sending text messages to someone else, criticising you, the way you look?
Well, I would ignore the guy and sit in my seat trying not to make contact with him, because I would know that that man has a right to privately bitch about me on his phone. I would also know that I'm a fat prick, and therefore I would expect people to be a bit annoyed when I sit next to them, because they're going to be squished because I'm so fucking fat.
Perhaps the weight that you're carrying, because that's exactly what happened to a plus-size model, Natalie Haig, on a flight from Dallas to Los Angeles.
Well, Natalie decided to call out the man who she says was fat-shaming her and documented it all on social media.
Let's have a look.
Hey, let's have a wee look at how this disgusting man fat-shamed her. This utterly horrible man.
Couldn't help but notice that before we took off, you were sending really horrible text messages about me to somebody.
I wasn't.
I have photos, yes you were.
Okay, so you invade this guy's privacy by not only looking at his private conversations that he was having with a friend, but not only do you do that, you take pictures and videos of this guy and share them not only to Good Morning Britain, and you put them online without his permission, just because this guy made a few jokes about fat people. Wow, and you're the victim here.
You said, they said something about, well, hope she didn't have any Mexican food, and you said, oh, she ate a Mexican. Well, if my flight doesn't take off the ground, you know why.
I apologize. You got me, and I was drinking. And I apologize.
This guy doesn't even seem like that bad of a lad, because as soon as he's caught out, he's honest and he admits and apologises for making a few stupid jokes, and he explains that he's had a few beers, he's tipsy, and that's pretty much why he's been making stupid jokes. It's not an excuse, but he explains himself and he's honest. This should have been the end of it. He apologises twice and admits that he's wrong. But no, this model saw the opportunity to grab some attention on social media and made a mountain out of a molehill.
Do you normally make fun of fat people? Like, is that something that you like to do?
You noticed that I was nice to you when we were in the air, and I think that thing up for you.
Right. I didn't want part of your table. You made me feel so uncomfortable to exist in this seat.
Even gave up his table and part of his chair for her, just so that little Miss Piggy could be a bit more comfortable and relaxed. But no, that kind offer just made her more uncomfortable to exist in this seat.
Well, you made me feel so uncomfortable to exist in this seat.
Well, do you know what, Natalie, that's your name. You make me uncomfortable to exist in this world, because this video makes me embarrassed to be a human bloody being. That was no exaggeration whatsoever.
In fairness, you probably shouldn't be sitting in the edge of those seats. You know, when they ask you, are you willing and capable to assist people in getting off the airplane in an emergency, do you honestly think that you are?
That's funny because I work out about 5 times a week.
What? What did she say? No.
That's funny because I work out about 5 times a week.
No. What did she say?
I work out about 5 times a week.
Okay, so you're telling me that you're this size. I'm not trying to be a dick here, but you're massively overweight, and you're trying to tell us all that you work out 5 times a week. Okay, don't lie to us, we're not fucking daft. I admit that was wrong of me to assume that she's lying. wasn't very nice of me, but I just wonder what her workouts are. Does she fucking turn the telly on and off 5 times a week, and that's her workout? Actually, I found this Minion meme that perfectly describes her workouts. Because everybody loves Minions.
Oh, I would like to point out the fact that I had no inclination of even caring about what this person next to me was doing if he had not had the very visible body language of being upset the fact that I was sitting next to him, sighing incredibly loud, being very visually and audibly distressed that I was sitting next to him. It was one of those things where I was about to ask him if he was okay.
Honey. He wasn't okay. He was squished in the seat and uncomfortable. That's why he was groaning. Not because he hates fat people, but because a fat person was taking up his space on an aeroplane, which is already a tight space, you dafty. Did you ever stop to consider that he might be a bit scared of aeroplanes and that's why he was distressed, or maybe he's claustrophobic and that's why he was a bit distressed? No, you just assumed that he was groaning because he hates fat people.
And, you want to talk about private. Well, if it was so private, he wouldn't have had his phone up a foot away from his face, which was a foot away from my face, with his brightness full up, with his text.
The pink top lady's reaction was exactly my reaction when I heard this. Do I really have to explain how fucking ridiculous this is? Okay, so because his brightness on his phone was up, that makes the conversation he's having on his phone public. But if his phone was on low brightness, then that's private, that's off limits. I'm not going to look at that. I'm not going to take photos of that.
He's sending private messages that she has chosen to look at because she wants to have she wants to sort of be angry at someone for being unhappy about her weight. The reality is, look,
right.
I've got lots of friends.
So even if something is said
can I have
in
my
private,
say, please,
does not
Natalie?
indicate that it is or that it is not shaming. It is not shaming if somebody says something in private. Like if you say something terrible about somebody's race or looks or range of abilities behind closed doors does not make it not shameful.
They did make a race joke. They did make a race joke.
I would like to...
Alright, in case you didn't hear that, because everyone was fucking shouting over each other, Natalie was trying to make the point that it is still fat shaming, regardless of whether it was private or public, which is a good point. But the fact is, she wasn't being shamed. The man was making general jokes and insults towards fat people. For example, he made a joke about how fat people eat a lot of Mexican food, or even could eat a Mexican person. These comments were not aimed directly at Natalie, but just general comments about fat people, which does not directly shame Natalie. Anyways, in the same sentence, she just compared weight to race. So you know her argument's built.
Yeah, that's why.
No, I don't think it is fat shaming. I think actually she's the one who's been badly behaved. He was sending personal private texts, his own business on his own phone. She said actually in her blog, look, he was actually trying to hide his phone from her. He's got every right to complain about someone sitting next to him. He hasn't got the
every right about joking about eating Mexican people.
It's a free country here and in America. He's got it. We don't have the thought police. He's allowed to send any message he wants about anyone
he wants. But then
it
turned into something that wasn't about messages. Hang on a moment.
She chose to confront him, and she's actually invaded his privacy.
The remainder of this video is just the pink top lady and the flabby lady shouting over each other, so there's really not much more to comment on.
But in conclusion today,
a man was squished by this monstrosity of a woman. The man sent private messages to a friend joking about fat people, and then Flumpy Wumpy over here decided to invade his privacy and claim that she was being fat shamed. Now, I originally thought that she was incredibly insecure about her body image, and she was taking out her insecurities on this poor guy, because, you know, we've all been there, we've all been annoyed at our own issues and then taking it out on someone else, so you can give her the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think so anymore, because you see, the first thing I did after watching this was check out her Instagram, and I had a wee light bulb moment. That's exactly what she blinking wanted. This is just a publicity stunt to promote her Instagram. That's right, she's an Instagram model. Fuck's sake. When I think of Instagram model, I think of like attractive people, like Christian Burns, or like breasted ladies, or like noon spoon.
Fuck no!
I don't think of that. This is the end of the video. Adios, mi amigos.